The DD214 Network podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from the DD214 Network is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now because we have you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite asshole veterans are here live. Another day on YouTube. What's going on, everybody? How you feeling?
Good. How are you? How are you today?
Motivated.
Motivated,
Sir.
dedicated.
Motivated. Motivated. How about you, man?
Hanging in there, dude. Hanging in there. It's been another 168. So what are we gonna do, man?
Oh
Roll
my god!
dice.
And it's been an interesting one. I mean, kick it off. Just kick it off. You know what we got to start off with today.
Yeah, dude. Burning Man. I got to talk about this shit, dude. Like, are you guys familiar with Burning Man? Like, little bit, slightly, a little like. Okay, so like, did you get that, John? Did you get that link from that I sent you on the in the group chat?
I'm looking at it right now.
If you want to go ahead and pull that up, we can pull it up real quick.
This almost reminds me of the time we went to the beach with the Girl Scouts.
It even sounds like a little bit hairier than that. Like somebody's already fucking dead, bro. Like somebody like fucking got a ticket to Burning Man and they never fucking made it out. Okay, like
yeah, that's exactly the situation at the moment. That
I was reading a news article this morning, like Chris Rock and Diplo. Is it Diplo? Diplo? Yeah. Like they hiked like 5 miles and got a ride with a fan to get the hell out of there. Like this is turning into like a catastrophe. And there's like tens of thousands of people stranded in the fucking Nevada desert. They've been told to fucking shelter in place, to conserve food and water. Like this will put the fucking Burning Man concept to the test, right? Like, I don't know. Are you guys familiar with Burning Man's origins and like?
So 15 years ago, if it rained and flooded, the party would still happen.
In theory, like the culture changed, and now they allow like RVs and shit, and it's turned into like, for people with money, it's turned into like a recreational form of glamping with like drugs and orgies, in the desert. That's really like, and so like the people that spend the least amount of money, they're the ones like on the fucking playa with like tents that are probably like flooded out right now. And like the people with money are probably sitting in their RVs with fucking generators and Starlink and just kind of like,
Starlink
holding the fort down. Like they're not really roughing it at this point, but there's a lot of people out there that are definitely roughing it.
Yep.
Like it's living like the infantry, dude. Like this will put your shit to the test, dude. Like, a flood in the desert and just the mud, the sheer amounts of mud, and like, yeah, it gets dirty and nasty real quick, and there ain't getting clean until later. You know what I mean? When the weather gets better. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this one. Like Burning Man used to be a bunch of like dirty hippies, and now it's like dirty rich kids and some hippies.
Burning Man was the West Coast version of fucking Woodstock.
In a way, yeah.
in a way. Like,
in a way, just a bunch of hippies doing hippie shit, you know, art.
doing hippie shit, fucking, you know,
Yeah.
roughing it for several days, listening to fucking music.
Yep. Taking some drugs, fucking having some sex, you know, rock and roll, you know, and then they fucking leave the desert and they try to leave no trace or whatever. I think they're definitely going to be leaving a trace fucking this year. Like it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty fucking bleak out there. I do want to say, like, I wish everybody the best. Obviously, like, we don't take pleasure in other people's pain here at DD214 Network, but yeah, like some of the rich kids are definitely learning how fast Mother Nature will show you that money doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Yep.
So
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy to hear. I mean, one person's dead.
Yeah, guaranteed.
You know, and like
with the population that is created in Black Rock City every year, that tends to happen. I think they average about 1 to 2 deaths a year at Burning Man. That
makes sense
by numbers. But if that death occurred because of this, the rain and the floods, that would be a different type of, you know, death. You know what I mean? Like that's I don't want to take pleasure in this at all because I'm not. But
no, yeah,
there is something ironic about a bunch of people like pretending to rough it for a few days and being forced into a situation where now you're actually going to fucking rough it and you're going to see exactly what it's like. When you have to conserve water and food, like go ahead.
They definitely rough it with like when the sandstorms come in and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. It gets fucking shitty.
Yeah, it gets very wild. So to hear that there was a flood that happened and they actually had to stop it.
Yeah,
pause it.
The festival is basically paused, and they said it's Monday at the earliest, and that's if the weather holds, is the earliest cars can even start leaving. So it doesn't even sound like they know if the festival is still going to continue at this point. So this would be somewhat unprecedented for Burning Man. Like they may in fact just cancel it, which has never really happened before. So
it's very interesting.
I mean, that's the thing. So they're going to have to, they're more than likely going to end up canceling it. You got to think people are stranded there at this point. RVs, fucking tents, all the cars, nobody can leave. We're looking at mass flooding. Obviously, you know, somebody's died due to the flooding and all that shit already. By the time this is done, they're going to have, by the time the flooding subdues and they're able to let people leave, they're going to have to just call it because it's probably not going to, it's still not going to be safe for them to continue the festival.
Right.
Because the last thing you want to do, even if the flooding started to subside, you're still looking at there's hazards with running electrical and all that shit after all this. They have to make sure everything is safe before they could even hook a stage back up to put somebody on. Right. And that could take a couple weeks.
Yeah, well, and I love that you kind of touched on like potential like structural damage and stuff that may have occurred. And like the whole idea behind Burning Man is like they're supposed to leave no trace, or at least as close to no trace as possible. So when they go out on this playa in the Nevada desert, when everyone leaves, the idea is they take all their trash, everything with them. You know, if it gets flooded and you've got cars and big heavy RVs, and they're trying to leave like after like there's been rain and the ground is a little, you know, wet and saturated, like
they're leaving traces.
They're going to be leaving a lot of traces. Like that playa is going to be fucked up, dude. Like just walking through it and sludging through it, you're going to leave a trace, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So anywho,
so we know. All right. So one thing that we do know is that Fyre Fest 2.
Oh my God,
is happening. The tickets are sold out. We don't know where it's going to be.
Rich kids just
when
cannot.
It's going to be.
Rich kids just cannot wait to be parted with their fucking money. Like, we should start a fund like specifically just to get rich people to like donate money to us. You know what I mean? So like, can I have some of this money that they're literally just throwing away and burning? You know what I mean? Because that's what they're doing. They're burning their. You say Fyre Fest 2? There wasn't a first one. There literally was not a first one. How can it be number 2? Like, do the rich kids really just like burning their money like this? Because like, I could use some extra fucking money if you have it to burn rich kids out there, send me your fucking money,
please. Listen to this.
Are officially on sale. It has been the absolute wildest journey to get here, and it really all started during the 7th-month stint in solitary confinement. I wrote out this 50-page plan of how it would take this overall interest and demand in fire, and how it would take my ability to bring people from around the world together to make the impossible happen, but how it would find the best partners in the world to allow me to be me while executing Fyre's vision to the highest level.
Turn it off.
In my first year,
burn it. Turn it off. No.
Yeah, because I mean
no
that's
more.
The first one was fucking literally it came out to be a fucking con.
Do rich people actually talk to each other like that? Is that how they talk to each other? Like a fucking corporate sales pitch?
I think so.
Yeah. Like gross. Like that. Like, can you imagine growing up like that and thinking like that's how you fucking interact with other human beings? Like
Fyre Fest 2.
John, I'm gonna write you a 50-page report, John, on things that we can do for our podcast.
And you want me to talk like that?
No, fuck no, I don't. Like I ain't fucking doing that shit, dude. Like I'm too lazy.
Yes, please fucking do it.
Good morning, Frenchie.
Morning, Frenchie.
Love you, Frenchie. Yeah,
I mean, you know I'll do it. So I have a question for you. In situations like this, let's say you, like a dumbass, paid $3,000 for the 3 hours that you're going to spend in your cardboard villa and your salami sandwich with no cheese at Fyre Fest 2. How do you survive?
Like if some shit like went down like at Burning Man, but it was at Fyre Fest.
Yeah.
Okay, so
God ain't gonna let this happen.
Okay, so check it out. This is the way we were always brought up and raised, and this is pre-army and going into the army too. Well before the army. First off, you got to go prepared. You should have more stuff with you than you might need for the duration of the time. So you're bringing it, you're humping everything in, okay? So we're talking light infantry. You've got a fucking full rucksack, okay? Your rucksack should be full. Number one, that's first and foremost. You should have more than you need, okay? In the event of whatever, okay, you can exchange some of your extra stuff for other goods and services, okay, in the duration during the, let's say like the event or the, when everything goes to shit, or you'll have extra for yourself, okay? And then if you're like Chris Rock and you just need to get the fuck out of there, you can hump it out. You know what I mean? Like you put that fucking ruck on your back and you hump it the fuck out. All right? Like that's what we do.
You said Chris Rock bounced.
He did. Walked allegedly and apparently he walked 5 miles to get to a road with Diplo, and they got picked up by a fan on the road somewhere. And they got a ride from a fan. Yeah. So that's like
coming to theater soon.
Oh yeah,
the murder of Chris Rock and Diplo.
Dude, like this, it sounds like an absolute shit show and a nightmare. Like it really does. Like I would first, okay.
This is why anytime I've done a music festival and actually like was an attendee where you're roughing it and you're having to camp and shit. You want to know one of the number one things I put in my fucking ruck?
What you got?
MREs.
Oh yeah.
I keep a couple boxes in storage.
Yep. First aid.
When a box depletes,
best thing to do.
Yep.
First aid, MREs, extra socks.
Yep. Extra socks, extra water. That's like there's nothing like other. You have to have food and water, obviously. You're gonna need. Yeah, go ahead.
Durable shoes or boots.
Yes. Like you're what you're wearing is gonna play. Let's talk about the desert. Hot during the day, down to like fucking gets pretty fucking chilly at fucking night.
Into the 50s and
the
low 50s.
Yeah, the temperature swing in the desert will fuck with you. It will fuck with you. You know what I mean?
So you want to have lightweight clothing for the daytime, and you want to have clothing for once it gets cooler out for the nighttime.
And I bet a whole bunch of people wish.
There's an entire fucking packing list, and I could fucking write it out. It'll take me about 20 minutes to do.
I'll bet a whole lot of people fucking are wishing they had waterproof gear right now too. You know what I mean? Like I bet there's a whole lot of people that are fucking wet and fucking cold right now, and they ain't gonna get fucking dry for a fucking hot minute.
I bet you a whole lot of them, like the preppers, they came through. They were ready.
That's what I'm saying, and you can get a lot of goodwill from people by just you being a little bit over prepared. You can help your fellow man and woman, you know what I mean, like in their time of need. First aid supplies, extra hygiene products for the ladies, You know what I mean? Stuff like that, where it's like,
yeah,
if you're gonna do a fucking music festival, dude, like I'm just getting too long in the tooth. Going to a music festival to camp out does not sound fun to me anymore. Like, not even like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be around that many people. Fucking pass.
Here.
Fucking
like
pass.
I was gonna say, you know, if it was 10 years ago, I'd have been all game for it.
Absolutely.
But
with the homies, with the bros, you know, like
at this point, it's like, you know, if I want to go fucking camping, I'm gonna grab my tent, go into the fucking mountains somewhere where I'm secluded. There's not a lot of fucking other people around.
Yep.
And I'll live off the fucking land for a week.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll bring rations just in case, you know, shit goes sideways.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna cook the fish I catch. I'm gonna fucking scavenge for fucking other shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me, I would definitely have like a military go bag with a basic med kit, because one, I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't need anything more than that.
Sure.
A bunch of Nutri-Grain bars. You know,
there's a lot of stuff very easy and very lightweight.
Water, and just because it needs to be documented, a camera.
Of course,
will always be on hand. Someone has to be there to document what happens.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so to get a little more positive, that was a great cold open. How was your week? Did you guys watch anything? Do anything?
We watched a movie last night that I don't know how I missed this, but this movie flew so far under my radar, and I think even your guys' radar. Me and Nikki last night, it's a movie called The House, and it's with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler, and what was that dude's name? He's got the Greek last name. Give me 1 second.
I got you.
Jason Mantzoukas. Yeah. And this movie was just sleeper fucking hilarious, dude. Like, we laughed so fucking hard last night.
It's one on Netflix?
I think it's on Peacock right now for free. I think. And it might be, but just the concept of this movie, like Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler want to send their kid to college. Their kid's college fund gets freaking like stolen by like a corrupt, city councilman. So they end up starting a fucking house casino in their fucking suburban ass fucking neighborhood with Jason Mantzoukas, because his fucking life is in the fucking gutter, and his wife's getting ready to divorce him, and like, so that the house is like, she took everything out of the house, so he fucking they start a casino in their fucking house, and then they get all the suburban moms and dad in there, and then of course, like, it's a casino, so you have to if people are cheating, like, you have to fucking do something about it, right? So they end up fucking turning into like it's fucking hilarious. This is a movie. Watch it with your old lady. Watch it with your old man. Okay, like maybe if you had like an edible that night, had a couple of fucking beers, couple of drinks of your choice, dude. This is a great movie to watch as a couple. Me and Nikki laughed our fucking asses off last night, dude. Like, we were in tears, like crying, laughing, dude, because like there was a couple parts that just, it's like, what in the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like it would be that good of a movie or like that funny. The concept is a little sophomoric, right? In general, it was fucking hilarious, and it came out in 2017. And so, like, I don't know how I missed this one. That was right in the middle of me doing my fucking infantry shit. I was in a training cycle. So how I missed this movie, especially going to Afghanistan the next year, I never even heard of this fucking movie, and boy, was it a fucking treat. So that's what I watched that one. So if you get a chance, fucking The House came out in 2017 with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler. So yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I watched man, that does sound funny. I've said this before, I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan. Like,
I usually am not either. Yeah. Like,
to me, it's got to be like super gimmicky, like Anchorman or or Elf. I'm not the craziest fan of Elf, but it is a Christmas movie, so
next time you and Frenchie are like smoking a tree at night, dude, and kind of bored, dude, like, look that one up, dude. Freaking, like, maybe crack a beer or two, get a bottle of wine, and just get pleasantly squiffed. And I think it was that much funnier because we were just sitting here and we were like just kind of enjoying a couple of drinks, and it was like that much more enjoyable just being a little bit buzzed. and watching it was like it made it that much funnier. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like it was like
it makes complete sense.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you need, for the dumb humor movies, like you kind of need to have a little bit of like a little bit of a sideways sway, like
a
for it to
side
be.
buster, yeah. And it's actually funny that you bring that up because I watched a slapstick comedy too. It was out of nowhere. I saw it up on the Xfinity thing.
Okay.
I saw that there was a movie starring John Cena and stand-up comedian Little Rel Howery.
Okay.
And it said Vacation Friends too.
What's it called?
Well, I saw on the screen Vacation Friends too. So
Vacation
I was like,
Friends, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, what happened to the first one? Saw the trailer for the second one. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Went and watched the first one. I thought this movie was so funny. First off, it's 1:00 in the morning when me and my wife finished this movie. I looked at her. I was like, "You want to watch the second one? You just want to go ahead and watch the second one?" And we went ahead and we watched. We didn't go to sleep till like 4 or 5 in the morning that night.
Is this the one where they use like, concentric circles to fucking find stuff? Is like John Cena like an ex-special forces guy or whatever? He's kind of like a blackout. He's kind of like a blackout, but he like is really good.
He's an airhead.
Yeah, he's like a total blackout, but he's like what he's good at, he's really, really good at it.
So when you go out with your friends, right? And there's always that one guy that just seemingly knows how to fuck everything up 1 minute after the other. That's him. That's his character.
Right.
And he's just a crazy, I don't want to say rich. He's a paycheck to paycheck kind of guy living on the wild side of life, right?
Right.
And the character that he portrays, he's just a free guy. And then you have the character Marcus, played by Little Rel Howery, and his reactions, like he's just he's a construction business owner. He's a very calm, guy. He's very to the books. And then he meets Ron, who's John Cena, and his whole life just goes completely upside down. It's.
I remember. Me and Nikki have seen that movie, and so there's a second one now. How's the second one? How's the fucking second one?
It's fucking hilarious. And do you remember the Spanish hotel guy from the first one?
Remind me.
He was the guy that ruined the engagement to Marcus, and he told his wife. And when they went into the room, the room was fucked up. Remember that guy? He's in the second one, and he goes with them.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah,
we're gonna check this out. This sounds fucking funny. That sounds.
So from looking at it though, just to let you know, it seems like Vacation Friends 2, if you want to stream it, Hulu is where to watch it.
Is that both of them? Is number 2 on that one too? Okay, cool. Cool.
So
I'm looking forward to
Hulu. So they're considered Hulu originals. So
Hulu originals, really?
Nice.
Yeah. I did not know that.
There's actually been an uptick a little bit in some of the content I noticed on some of the streaming services, where like some of the stuff that's coming out is a little bit higher quality than I'm kind of used to lately with Hollywood and everybody, and it's like
they've really like Netflix and Hulu and even Prime have upped their game on the original content and the quality of the content.
They have.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. I have to say, like John Cena, he when he picks his roles, he picks some good ones, man. Because like it's really hard these days to come out with a really good comedy now. It just the jokes aren't there as much anymore.
Our society is pretty fucking jaded and cynical right now. Like our society is like worse than the fucking army, dude. Like seriously, like nobody's fucking happy right now. Nobody wants to be happy. So it's like if you're gonna make a comedy, boy, like good fucking luck. Like we got Cocaine Bear this year. Fucking Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear might win movie of the year. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm, dude. Like it
might win movie of the year.
And it was funny. But if you look at how dark the humor was in that movie, that's some dark ass.
How real it was.
You know
other than the bear.
Yeah.
Other than the bear.
It was a good movie though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think. There's Big Brother happening after the one guy got kicked out. It's just been kind of dead. Did we watch anything else? Watch Vacation.
Joe, did you watch anything?
No movies. I've been going back and rewatching the CW Arrowverse shows. So Arrow, Flash,
Okay.
Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I was watching SWAT, which was on CBS originally. It got canceled. Well, Netflix apparently picked it up and did a 6th season. So they canceled it after 5 seasons, and season 6 just dropped the other day on Netflix.
Oh,
so I started
nice.
watching that. Watching the new season. Fuck, was there any movies I watched this week?
I just remembered that
Because this week I was so busy. I go fuck
moving in
yourself,
and shit.
I know you made that one. I was so busy this week and focused on getting the fucking office put back together that I really just did not. There wasn't a lot of TV. It was, you know,
yeah,
10 o'clock at night. Get
cheers
ready
to your week. I know how those weeks are.
10 o'clock at night, get ready to go to bed. Just throw something random on the fucking TV in the bedroom for background noise while I fucking fell asleep, kind of situation. Yep. So
we didn't. I don't think we didn't watch anything until pretty much last night. Like most of my week has been, I worked a lot this week, and then for entertainment, I restarted the campaign on Red Dead 2. So like I'm kind of in the middle of like play like 30 minutes to an hour a day, and just like do a couple of missions, do a couple of side missions, whatever, and like. So and I'm just taking my time with it, and that's like that's literally been my entertainment.
I actually picked up 2 really old fucking games through on PC through a service called GOG, which is I don't know exactly what it fucking stands for, but it's kind of like Steam or Epic or something, but they sell a lot of retro games on there. Okay. I picked up Warcraft 2.
Nice.
The original top-down strategy fucking style, and then Heroes of Might and Magic 3. And me and one of my buddies at work, we figured out how to get the online, the multiplayer version of Heroes to work through there's a whole separate application that was needed to do it. But me and him, like throughout the day, we, while we're working, we'll take little mini breaks and play a little bit on our campaign on that and then go back to work. But yeah, no, I mean, primarily this week, just kind of getting the office fully put fucking together. Sunday night, last Sunday, I ended up, tearing everything down for the podcasting setup since last weekend. I just threw it up real quick to be here for the episode and tore everything down, got all my cable management fucking done, got all 3 desks set up.
Nice.
Well, got the podcasting and the work desk set up because I was still waiting on the gaming desk, my new desk for that setup to show up because it was supposed to be here on Saturday last weekend and it got delayed until Monday, but that showed up while I was working. Monday, I didn't accomplish shit at work because the desk showed up and I just went right into getting the fucking desk put together and trying to finish unpacking the fucking office because I hate clutter. I'm not a big, I don't want clutter. And with boxes all over the floors and shit still in boxes that needed to be undone, I just took the day and fucking got everything set up while I was fucking paying attention to emails and work messages just in case something popped off that I needed to attend to.
We are actually in the process here of decluttering our basement, and we've got a lot of stuff in boxes still and stuff that has been here for a while, let's call it just a while. And like
I was a witness, I've seen it, and it's cool stuff actually.
Well, it's just we have
it's just a lot.
Yeah, we've acquired stuff over the years, some of which we no longer need, and it's just taking up space. And it's and so it's like when we're kind of like we just with everything that happened like in the last year and a half of our lives in this little in our little tribe, like it got pushed to the fucking back burner. And like a lot of good stuff, Cardenas, a lot of good stuff.
I have to ask, is the tanning machine going or staying?
It's staying. And that we need to do. I need to hook that fucking thing up.
Squillini, this motherfucker in his basement has a full-size tanning bed.
That's Nicky.
That you would see at like a tanning spot, like in the middle of an inner city. It's fucking huge. It like takes up the whole corner.
Yep.
Yeah, those tanning beds aren't fucking small.
No, and it's not, and it's not light. It's not light. So just to get it set up and to get like, I need like 3 people here, and like it's like we haven't had a chance to do that yet. Like that's Nicky's. And that's like yeah. So
I mean, real quick, I'm gonna kind of just share the video I shared with you guys of the office and what was done so far here.
Please do.
Nice.
So this is the podcasting set I was set up. I was charging the doorbell, work, the gaming side of things. This was before I got like my fucking shelf with all my whiskey and shit on it hooked up, put up. Those boxes had all my fucking bourbon bottles in them.
Nice.
As you can tell, still kind of everything was still discombobulated a little bit.
Dude's got a whole goddamn command center in there.
Yeah, it looks good, man. It looks you got yourself a little fucking talk set up, dude. Like that's pretty dope, dude. It's pretty dope.
Like it's like what, $40,000 worth of equipment there?
So if I add in like all the fucking money I've spent on fucking software and video games and shit, I think the last total I was at was around about 55-60K in
That makes sense. Yeah. That's
Believe
fucking wild.
All
For the betterment of content, man. All for the
just between my 3 standing desks, it's $3,000 just for the 3
just for the desks. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, my week. I'll get to the review later, since the Starfield is like the main event.
Yeah.
Today's show.
Looking forward to that.
But pretty much the only eventful thing that happened this week was my Starfield Constellation Edition has not arrived at my house. It's not. The watch is not in my arm. The box is not here. And what was even worse is that the UPS guy came. We ordered a backpack, a PlayStation 5, and no fucking watch. No fucking watch.
How much? How much are you out right now?
So, seeing as that I bought the game again, I'm about $430 something in the hole with Starfield right now.
Oh, John, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
I'm fucking sorry, dude. That just disappoints the fucking shit out of me, dude.
And
I am so sorry.
And to kind of put forth, I have plenty of blame. There's plenty of people to blame. The first person I'm going to blame is Bethesda, and I'm sorry, but what the fuck were you thinking of putting the code inside of the box physically when you could have just emailed it to us so we could preload the game into our Steam? That's one. 2, you didn't send it out early enough. You just didn't send it out early enough. Okay, you sent it out on the week of Labor Day.
Cool.
You gave it to UPS, and now it's gone. It's fucking gone. Okay, and the worst part about it, I may not be able to find anymore. You know, I'm trying so hard to hang on for a little.
Are you going to be able to recoup your funds? Like if this shit doesn't get found,
they could keep the fucking money.
No, fuck that, bro. That's like 4 bills, dude. That's like 4 bills, dude. Like no. You need to find a way to get your fucking money back, bro.
Yeah.
$400 is a lot of cheddar, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, think about what you could do with that $400 if Bethesda is gonna fucking just like wipe their asses with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
on top of that too,
fuckers, dude.
I mean, I bought the game again, so I mean that's what goes to show that like how much I really wanted to play this.
I know. I'm looking forward to your fucking review. I want to hear about this shit. I'm looking forward to you. Like
when I opened up that one box and there was a PlayStation 5 in there, that's when I started flipping out, right, babe? I was like, what the fuck? It's like, what the fuck is this shit? I was pissed, and you know, understandably so. I'm not the only one that's going through this either. There's plenty of people who have not received their Constellation.
What are you seeing online with chatter online regarding this?
So thank you to Twitter and thank you to Reddit. those two communities really come hand in hand when people want to complain. And boy, there were hundreds of people. Everyone in Canada got it. Everyone in the UK got it, but it just seems like that people in the United States,
Wow.
about 40% of us haven't received
Holy shit.
our fucking Constellation Edition.
I'd
that
be
we paid
requesting
for.
a fucking refund at this point. Fuck
Yeah.
this.
That's a sizable percentage.
I'm waiting till this holiday is over. If I don't receive an email, I've sent 2 emails already. I'm about to send the third one during the holiday. And I don't want to hear the excuse, no, you should have sent it out a week ago. You should have sent it out a week
Minimum.
ago.
Fucking
They
minimum.
should have sent it. They should have sent it. Let's see here.
Let's look at the timeline. Yeah, early access was August 31st at 8 p.m.
Yep, and I'm gonna pull up the calendar.
At least a week before that. Then at least a week before that.
So I would say, because they sent it out this past Monday.
They sent it out on the 29th.
Allegedly.
They sent it out 2 days before fucking pre-release.
And on the 26th, it says that it missed the truck.
What they should have done was send it out no later than the fucking 22nd or the 21st of August, because we are talking UPS here. And I'm assuming there wasn't any option for like expedited shipping once they sent it out. So you're dealing with just standard fucking ground shipping, which is 5 to 7 fucking business days.
Terrible. So now, it's just not looking good. It's not looking good for Bethesda right now.
That's kind of a terrible look. It's
really bad. It's really bad. But I will get into the review soon. Do we have anything else in between, or you just want me to fucking go through it?
I mean, I've got to ask: is it at least worth the purchase to buy the base game? Even
to buy the base game, absolutely.
And is it on Game Pass?
It will be on Game Pass on the 5th.
On the 5th. And then has anybody played it on the console yet? Like, how is the console versus PC or whatever?
So I'm talking to people who are playing it on console. Mm-hmm. They are locked at 30 frames.
What does that mean?
That means the game, you're not getting the full capability of the game when you play it on console.
Does it slow it down?
No.
Not necessarily slow it down. It's just you're going to notice like issues within the image quality.
Yeah.
Like if you're moving or you're in the middle of a firefight with an alien or whatever might happen, if you go to turn, the reaction time is going to be a little bit slower and a little blurry.
Ew.
Yeah. So but with that saying, the ones who are playing it on console, they're happy with it. They're saying, "Hey, at least I could play it. I'm pretty happy with it." But they said that they compare it to like what Fallout 4 is, like the graphics quality.
Uh-huh.
Is that good or bad?
It's not bad.
Not bad. Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay.
But like Swilini said, if you're in like a high intense battle and there's a lot of stuff happening at the same time, your frames are gonna drop.
I would definitely say Fallout 4 quality today. It's not bad, but it's not good.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. It's that neutral evil.
I noticed a couple. Now that I'm replaying Red Dead 2, I noticed a couple of issues with the mechanics. Since I'm like very well versed in the game, so I tend to be pretty good as far as like when I get into gunfights or with like some of the NPCs when you get attacked. I've been killed several times in this game because of issues with the mechanics. Where like if there's like 6 people firing at you at once from different directions and you're trying to like get your bearings, you'll get killed really quick if you're not pressing the right sequence, like in the right, because the frame. I see what you're saying with the frame rate. Shit gets blurry. It slows everything down. You can't tell where you're getting shot from. You know what I mean? Like, and next thing you know, your character's fucking dead and you're like restarting. So like,
this is interesting.
See, and that's that's a good point. Some people don't really notice the difference between 60 frames per second versus 180.
Yeah.
For me, So because I primarily any FPS games I play is PC based, I noticed a difference when I upgraded on my gaming setup, when I upgraded my monitors from, 60, 75 hertz refresh rate monitors to 200 plus hertz gaming monitors where I'm getting, 180, 200 FPS in a first person shooter game.
Sure.
Because it seems like when I turn to target somebody that's firing at me, the response of the game even is a lot quicker and snappier in those higher frames than it was in the lower frames.
Got you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because really all the FPS is just how fast the screen is refreshing while you're playing.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I mean I've looked at some footage. It doesn't look bad on console. It still looks fun. I'll get into the review real quick, and then you have a RoadHouse, right?
I do. Why don't? Yeah. I'll tell you what. Why don't you go into into your intro, because I want to hear this. But go into your intro. I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna go refill my coffee. But I want to hear this. So why don't you start your intro and get into your intro, and I will be back in probably about 30 seconds. So
Perfect.
Go ahead, John.
All right. So to start it off, Schooling, you asked me, is it worth at least to buy the base game or at least to download it on the Game Pass?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say yes. But that's not without saying there are gripes. There are gripes.
Yeah.
It's a Bethesda game. I've been watching Dr. Lupo play it, and it looks awesome. Dr. Lupo is probably one of the more, how do you say this? Like, I don't want to say more intelligent streamer, but he's definitely, like him and Shroud, they talk more and they seem to have more of an intelligence with other subjects than others. Not saying that anyone else is stupid. Fucking
Yeah.
no. Some of them are fucking stupid. Some of these streamers are just downright stupid. I'm just gonna say it. But Dr. Lupo is not one of them, and like it's just hearing him talk sometimes and things like that. You hear like the intelligence and some of the things that he says about the game are very truthful. But to kind of intro this whole thing, um, people question, is this a game that I want to play after hearing the reviews? People are hearing mixed things. There's the 30 frames. uh, is it overwhelming? Are the weapons good? Is the story good? What's the exploration like? Well, I'm about to tell you all of it right now with no spoilers, so you do not have to worry. And plus, I don't really have a lot of spoilers for you because I've just been fucking exploring. It's
Well, I mean, that's what you do in any fucking Bethesda game. You never do the main story before you just
you just explore.
You start the game, you get your character creation done, and then you just go around and you try to figure out how to not die.
Yeah. Now, some standout things on mechanics, ladder physics. I mean, not ladder mechanics do exist now, which is something that Bethesda doesn't really do.
What does that mean?
So when you play like GTA and you get on the ladder and you start climbing it, that was non-existent in Bethesda games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a weird thing not to have.
Sure. Yeah.
It's there now. Climbing mechanic, you can climb now.
Okay.
In the Bethesda game, these are like standout things. I'm just like, oh, that's really cool that you can do this.
Is it mostly third person or is it first person or both?
You could do. Oh shit, it's Cleary. It's Cleary.
Hey, there he is. He made it.
So you could switch back and forth. You could play any way you want.
Okay.
You could literally play any way you want, and it is so interesting because I switch back when I'm exploring. I play in third person. When I'm in combat, I go in first person. Seems to make it a little easier.
Okay.
Another cool mechanic is that if you're shooting ballistic weapons and you're in a low gravity area, your ballistics while you're shooting will push you back.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense in a space environment.
So to start off, you start the game off character creation. It is so in depth. Like, let me can I show you something?
As he bugged out for a second there.
Yeah. You there, John?
He's still
I'm
back.
here.
His
Can you hear
network's
me?
dropping. Oh, no network.
Yeah, no, it's doing things. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my character, the diplomat, Jonathan Sanchez. And yes, the robot says your fucking name.
Really?
He says your name. And he says a whole bunch of names. But what a missed opportunity is that one of the characters I made was Norn Planet, and planet's not one of the words that the robot could say. So shame on you, Bethesda, for not doing Captain Planet, because that's a missed opportunity.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is my character. He's a diplomat, and you could choose a different backstory. Like you could be a diplomat, a Ronin, a bounty hunter, a soldier, alien DNA, and it's very immersive. Then you get traits. Some of the traits I chose was kid stuff, so I get stuff from my parents. And I let go of 2 traits. One of them was Dream Home, and I let go of Dream Home because it was just too fucking much. But what's funny is that if you get the Dream Home, you owe money to the bank, and you can't enter your house unless you pay the weekly mortgage rate.
Oh, fuck that. That sounds
Yeah.
like
Shit.
pass.
Yeah.
I'll build a motherfucking house.
Yeah, which you could. This is actually on a planet that I found that was actually pretty cool. You can go to Earth. You can go to our solar system, and I'm not going to talk about what happens there, but you can go there. There are over 1,000 planets in this thing, and I've only traveled 20 star systems right now. I just got that achievement this morning for the 20th star system. Go ahead, Squilini.
I know you said you don't want to talk about what happens when you go to Earth, but I'm really fucking intrigued.
There's stuff there, but there's a whole lot of nothing there.
Got you.
Over here, one of the toilets are clogged, so I decided to take a picture of the note that was taken. Very immersive stuff. That's Vasco, my little robot here, and that's me.
What has been your favorite part of the game so far? Which aspect of the game are you enjoying the most right now?
So
as far as
while exploring, you run into random spaceships that either want to kill you or want to trade with you. But one of the coolest interactions I had was with a woman named Grandma, who said, "Come into my ship, take all the food you want." And meeting people in the galaxy and the way the food looks. I mean, the food looks incredible. It's amazing. Missions are great, and the fact that you can have 20 companions is also fantastic. But don't 20, and
so you can have like a whole crew running with you, basically.
Yep, and you can have them on your ship, which I'll get to that excitement in a minute, or you can have them in your outpost to live there and stuff to help you mine for resources, which is really fucking cool.
Huh.
And each character has a different trait and different conversations, and it's different people throughout the galaxy that you can recruit. So I'm running around with the leader of Constellation, and she is very, very moody because apparently every little thing that I do, she turns around and is pissed off at me about something, and I don't understand why. And I'm a diplomat. I'm a peaceful guy, so I try not to do such crazy shit. But she's emotional. There are very inclusive. The game is very inclusive. There are a lot of LGBTQ characters. A lot. It is very interesting to me to see that because they haven't been shown in a lot of video games, but there are few. They even have the choice of the choice of your pronouns as well. So I'm trying to think.
Pretty progressive stuff then for a video game.
Yeah, combat is as smooth as ever. I've never played a game where the combat was so smooth. Like honestly, it is smooth and it is fun.
That might be the selling point for me. So when I re-up my Game Pass this week, it's probably going to be this week. I'm going to re-up my Game Pass.
They have a soldier backstory, and
I was going to say this might actually be it takes me a while to get into games that have a lot going on with not only mechanics, but like when there's so much, it almost gets overwhelming for me.
Yep.
But if I can start off, if you can get me out of the starting block, and get me on the ground running, that's usually what keeps me in a game. Is like that I can keep running with it. You know what I mean? And it's very hard for me sometimes to get into video games when there's just too fucking much. But this sounds like a game where you can go as fast as you want.
And I'm gonna get to those parts that are too fucking much. Like you're gonna go ahead.
So to answer Cardenas here, yes, we did actually talk about 6 days after it came out.
Really good.
Me and John have played it. Jay hasn't yet because we're still waiting on console.
Waiting on the console. Yeah, I am looking forward to playing that, and like I so hope they get it ported to fucking console and
it's coming.
throw it online where you can play with other people. You know what I mean? Like the coordinated.
They've already said it's going to be crossplay. So like,
yes. And that's
you and John could squat up and play together.
Yep. And but yeah, the combat is so damn smooth in this game. Now, I'm trying to think if there are any other good things other than ships.
What about the structures? You can build a house, you can do stuff like that.
So I haven't done much of that.
Okay.
I know you could do it, and with that, you could build a structure. You can have your companions live there. You could mine for resources to craft well, not weapons, but modifications for your weapons. Weapons are really cool, and you could get old Earth weapons too. Yeah, my parents gifted me a 1911.
Nice.
It's really cool.
How much damage does that deal in the game? Like
I don't use it. I use it's like a memorabilia that I keep it for because I use more laser weapons. I tend to find myself using them more because they tend to be a little bit more powerful depending on the.
I was going to say when you're fighting in the mechanics of the game, how many times do you have to like? Is this like one shot, one kill? Or are you having to shoot multiple times? Like
that's what the perks. So that's what the perks are for. You rank up, you get perks, and each perk, like if you're a soldier, some of your perks will already be maxed out, like rifle certification, pistol certification, and with that, you rank those perks. That's the too much part. Because you click the perk and then you have to rank it up 3 times, and it's hard to lose track of exactly what it is that's there.
Right.
Now, before I get to those gripes, the shipbuilding and the ships are absolutely incredible. You could build shit the size of the Empire State Building if you wanted to. Like, it's insane. Expensive, but insane, and the controls are a little complicated to move around in the shipbuilder. So if you're not a builder, you could just save up your money, and you could do anything to make money. You could do bounties, deliveries, work little jobs. You don't even need to play the story. You could just do these little things and just do it.
Collect some scratch.
Yeah, and make your money, and then do it that way, and buy yourself a ship.
That's actually in Red Dead 2. Like I'm maxing out the camp first. So like we're at the very first like campsite in the story. You know what I mean? Like I'm maxing out everything in that campsite before I progress the story. Like so, that's literally what I'm doing. I'm getting money first in the game because I'm trying to be like super good in this game for like for like morals and ethics. And like the easiest way to do that is to max everything out at the beginning. So it's like, go ahead, continue on. Go ahead.
And it really helps. Now, the gripes. Now I'm in the middle with this right now. Space travel. This is a very controversial topic right now. First off, you can explore practically whole planets. I haven't had a moment where it said you've reached the wall, fast travel. I haven't experienced that yet. So the planets are huge. You could walk all over the planets.
Okay.
The space travel is not what they said it was. I mean,
what were we expecting with that?
So a lot of people, I didn't know what to expect because we've talked about this before, Squillini. Bethesda is not known for travel. They don't have games that have wheels. They don't have games where you travel with things that are wheels or ships on it. It's just so they had to figure something out. There's no rovers in the game, so you have to use a boost pack to move around the planets. There's no rovers. There's no wheels. You just have your ship. But the space travel, you're not freely. When you're in space, you're gliding around stuff, sure, but you're not traveling endless amount of hours to another planet. So you're fast traveling all the time, which I think favors the game because I don't want to spend 2 hours traveling to a whole nother star system. So I'm in the middle with
one of the issues I have with Red Dead is until you unlock fast travel in the game, you're just riding a fucking horse everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like literally just everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like
people are complaining about people are complaining about the fast travel, but I think it works for the game because instead of just I gotta take 2 hours to go travel over here and I have no grav speed,
right,
I could just fast travel over there and it works.
and you're already there.
Yeah, and it works.
Have you been in like dogfights yet with like other ships?
Ooh,
or like
yeah.
What is that like? What is that like?
How'd
they do on that part?
I think Bethesda did a good job working with people who have motion sickness to kind of make the controls not so wild and you're spinning out of control. You can actually steal ships.
Cool.
You can attack a ship and you can take their ship. And there are consequences if you get caught. You know, which is very interesting. There's drugs. And I actually have drugs on my character that I need to get rid of before I get caught.
God damn it, dude! Of course you do, John.
Yeah,
surprise.
But that's a big grep. And the biggest grep I have is space management. Like
is what? Say that one more time.
Inventory.
Okay.
Inventory is such a problem. Like you are constant. This is the biggest problem that I have with the game is that you are constantly worrying about how much you have in your pockets and how far you are from your ship or how close you are to a sales vendor to sell or buy stuff. That's there's no markers to tell you where like the medical lab is. So when you get on the planet, you have to familiarize yourself with the layout of that planet. Like, like if you need a doctor's office, it won't tell you where it is. You need to go to where you remember where you're going, and you need to, which is very annoying. And at least if we could get some kind of a more detailed mini map or a more detailed map for us to travel through the planets with, better. But that is a big gripe that a lot of people are not liking right now too. Bugs, yep, there's bugs. For some odd reason, my robot is stuck inside of my ship, and he can't get out. But there are bugs; they exist. I'm trying to think what else.
Are you enjoying the storyline? Have you gotten very far in the storyline, or are you just?
I'm in the start of the storyline, but I really do enjoy it. I'm doing more side quests, meaning joining factions, learning about religions. I'm about to decide what religion I'm about to join.
So it goes like kind of in depth, like to that too, where it's like
you could join the army, you could join the police, you could be a cargo runner, you could be a drug runner, a bouncer. You can play it the way you want to play, but again, inventory management. I don't think that the perks are going to save that because at the end of the day, inventory is always going to be an issue in these Bethesda games, and you're going to be more worried about getting rid of stuff than actually. Because you'll be halfway through a mission and you'll be like, oh shit, I'm over encumbered. I need to go back to my ship and drop this shit off. And then you can't fast travel to the ship because you're over encumbered. But there's an answer for that. You can actually give your stuff to your companion to carry for you and just pray that you can make it through there. But I'm going to give this game an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. Is that potential to like move that up too as you're playing it for longer periods of time, or do you think it's going to stay at like 8.5?
I want to see what they're going to improve. They need to improve the map. The map is a shit show. It is a complete shit show. You can't navigate through anything. Again, if you want to go buy something or sell, and the economy of these planets, they are broke as shit. Why is it that I go to some of these planets and they only have $5,000 fucking dollars? You run the shipyard.
Right.
Why do you only have $5,000? Don't limit me.
How much does stuff kind of like typically cost in the game economy?
Things are you can acquire stuff. You can just acquire it by either stealing it if that's your character,
right?
Or it's pretty cheap, or you could craft it yourself.
Well, but I mean, like, how much would you like if you're building a ship? Like, how much would it cost to build a ship?
So a whole ship, if you a small tiny one, you could do it for like $15,000.
Oh, so and then you've got a whole planet that only has like $5,000 on it, and you're like, okay, I see. Okay, because I could that can turn into a really shitty grind. I can see that turn into a really shitty grind.
Then you're going from planet to planet, getting rid of all your inventory, and you're trying to do all this stuff, and it's just like come on, it is. But you know, the game is fun for casual players like yourself, Jay. The only thing I would worry about, I would put that shit to very easy, and
guaranteed.
Pay attention to your perks, and just don't carry a lot of shit. And just the money that you make your money through doing the mission boards, like the bounties, the delivery jobs.
Right.
That in itself, that game, I could do that for fucking. Which the other night I did 6 hours of just traveling through the stars, just delivering shit and
collecting money and shit. Like,
yeah. So I mean, guys, September 5th, go get the game. It's very fun. It's very fun. It's a shame it's not multiplayer, but I get why. Because if it was multiplayer, it would have been a shit show. It would have been a complete shit show. And me and Squillini talked about this last week with the Fallout 76 when it opened up. If Starfield was an online game, it would have been worse than what happened with 76. So I'm actually really happy with the directions that they took with this game. It is very good. It's very Buck Rogers. It's more Buck Rogers than it is Star Wars.
Okay.
You know, so it's more practical. The ships are more what do they call it? NASA punk. So you're not getting like these Imperial Starfleet looking things. So they did a really good job keeping it grounded. The story is great. Um, again, the bugs are there, but guys, go play Starfield. Into the fucking Starfield. It's a hell of a game. And if you get too overwhelmed, just fucking travel.
Go see some shit. Get out of the house.
Literally, just fucking like Jay. Just like you say, when there's nothing that you just want to zone out sometimes.
Yeah.
You just ride the horse in Red Dead, right?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Go into space, hold that B button, get out of your cockpit, and just sit there in space. You just sit there for fucking hours. Hours. So
that's dope. That's good shit. That's
they
good.
Did a great job.
I'm looking. I am looking forward to it. I am going to give it my best college try. You know what I mean?
I would say it is still. After playing it, I don't think it will win Game of the Year, but it will still be a strong contender.
Okay. That's. I gotta say, your review is making me a little nervous, but I'm always more than willing to like give something a chance. You know what I mean? But your review makes me a little nervous. Like,
if you've played No Man's Sky, you've played No Man's Sky, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's not No Man's Sky. You're not going around mining shit.
That's a good thing because I made it about 15 minutes in No Man's Sky, and I was like, I'm out.
Because in No Man's Sky how you're just mining everything to get resources for your ship and your shit. You don't need to do that.
It got boring. That game got boring.
You don't need to do that in Starfield. You don't need to get shit for your ship. You don't need to do that. So everything that you collect is for yourself to keep or to sell. Don't worry about your ship because the only thing you worry about your ship is the shipbuilding and everything is there for you. You don't need fucking iron and tomatoes for your engine fusion cells. You don't need fucking grass for food. No, you take what you take and that's it. You don't gotta do shit. So, what do we got next? The RoadHouse?
Yeah, I think we could do that. Hit
the RoadHouse real quick.
Yep. Been a couple minutes since we've done one, so might as well.
Yes, sir. Oh, congratulations to Dylan Mason on the grand opening of Side by Side Gaming in Mattoon, Illinois. Go check it out.
Oh, no shit. Got it all freaking opened up, dude?
Yep. Were you able to find it, Joe?
Nope. I don't have the sound.
I have. I got you. I have it right here. That's not it.
Oops. There we go. Well, pilgrims. Been a few weeks. How y'all been? Come on down to Jay's RoadHouse. Step inside the saloon. Belly up to the bar. We'll tell some stories, adventures we've been on, and just be happy that we are here together again today. All right. So yeah, fucking this week has been one of I've been at the K out here in Kansas City at Kauffman Stadium like pretty much all week. So I worked three Royals games this week. Pretty typical average stuff. It was very easy. I kind of sat in a little air conditioned box and just like let people in and out, and that was kind of fun and very easy. I think we were playing the Pittsburgh Pirates earlier this week, and yeah, like the Royals dropped I think all three of those games, and then Friday night, the Boston Red Sox are in town now, so Friday night the Royals put a stomping on them and beat the Red Sox 13-2, which is like for how bad the Royals are at baseball right now. We don't get too many games where we stomp the other team, so that was kind of fun just to watch on TV. But Nikki got tickets for last night's game. She got 4 tickets from a good friend of hers, and they're down in what they call the Diamond Club at the K. So we were sitting behind home plate, very, very close. This area of the stadium, you actually have a waiter and shit. So like you don't even have to get out of your seat if you don't want to. You can just like have everything brought to you, and it's really fucking cool. And we were able to enjoy. I was able to enjoy a game as an attendee. And one of the really cool parts of last night's game was prior to the game, they had an on-field ceremony where they inducted former manager Ned Yost into the Royals Hall of Fame.
Oh, nice.
And if you remember, Ned Yost was our manager for the 2014 and 2015 Royals teams that went to back-to-back World Series and won it all in 2015. So congratulations to Ned Yost for becoming the latest member of the Kansas City Royals Hall of Fame. So yeah, so that was cool. Like,
hell yeah,
it just so happened that Nikki's friend gave her tickets on this one particular night. The Red Sox are in town, which always brings out a crowd. So there were actually probably almost as many Red Sox fans in the stands last night as there were Royals fans. Which the very first hitter of the game, very first at bat, this Red Sox player hits a fucking triple, John, and it sounded like the goddamn Royals were at bat. Like me and Delilah were in line getting some snacks on the concourse. And I heard the crowd roar like they were happy, except it was the fucking Boston Red Sox fucking at bat, dude. So it was like, okay, like they brought a lot of their fans out, you know, because
it's disgusting.
I know, right? And poor Royals, dude. And so we stomped Boston on Friday night. Boston kind of stomped us last night. The final score kind of belied how bad they beat us. I think the final score ended up being like 9-5. But it was like 8-0 for a while. Put it that way. You know, it was like 8-0 for a little bit. You know what I mean? So it was like, yeah, we were never in that game last night. So, you know, the Royals have a lot of work to do, you know, as a ball club, but it was really cool seeing some of the history. And, you know, I got to see a lot of the former players, members of the Royals Hall of Fame. Obviously, George Brett was there on the field. Some of the old school Royals greats like Amos Otis, you know, some of the guys from the 2014 and 2015 squads were out there. So it was a great night to be at the K. It was very nice to be in attendance instead of working the game, you know. So yeah, that was Jay's RoadHouse for the week. I hope your adventures are as fun as mine sometimes, and I'll see if I can scrounge up something to do this week, and so maybe we can have 2 RoadHouses in a row for the first time in a while. So there you go. That was Jay's RoadHouse for this week, dude.
I miss the RoadHouse.
Me too.
Now, I know I'm going to be cutting it up short soon, but I do have some news.
Go for it.
I do have some news before we get to the final thought. Unattended explosive found at Camp Pendleton triggered evacuation. Packaged military explosives were found unattended in the office building at Camp Pendleton, California on Wednesday, triggering a temporary evacuation of the area, and no one was hurt, the Marine Corps told military.com. The material, which was not specifically identified by the service, was removed by explosive ordnance experts after the discovery. EOD officials disposed of the explosives, and the office building was deemed safe for occupancy afterward. But the discovery of the explosives occurred during the routine installation of information technology equipment in the building. An investigation by the Naval Crime Investigative Services, or NCIS, was initiated and remains ongoing.
So I got a little like similar fucking occurrence that happened. It wasn't
clear how they got there too. No one knows how it got there.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Like every once in a while, something slips through the cracks and somebody leaves something somewhere and it doesn't make it to the books, and then it gets forgotten, and then it gets forgotten again, and then it gets so far buried into the forgetfulness of it that like one time we were cleaning out our arms room when I was in the infantry, right? And we were moving some of the rifle racks around and stuff. Do you know what we fucking, I think I've told you this before, John. You know what we fucking found behind one of the rifle racks? 3 goddamn fucking like Gatling turrets for a fucking helicopter. Like the side, like for the machine gun on the side.
Oh my God,
like,
yeah.
We found 3 goddamn fucking like Gatling turrets. And it was like,
oh my God.
We were in an infantry company, bro. Like how fucking long had those goddamn things been there? Like we're talking like how many units prior to us ever being there?
How much money was in those 3?
I don't even want to know. Thousands and thousands and thousands. And like they clearly fell off the fucking books. A prior unit, like not even our battalion. That's not infantry equipment. You know what I mean? We're talking like that was, I don't know how the fuck, like literally how the fuck, but like that was like, it's like fucking, that's no bueno, dude. So like explosives, that's an even higher echelon because the explosives are explosive, right?
Yeah.
So like that's like you're taking it a step above that. Like somebody fucking zigged where they should have zagged. Forgot all about their shit. It fell off the fucking books. Everyone forgot it probably like 3 units ago. You know what I mean? Like 3 fucking like, you know, commanders before. You know, people that haven't been there for fucking years are probably the ones that are actually responsible for that. And like, I hope they kept good fucking books because when they do those investigations, you have to backtrack like to find out where the equipment came from. And it might be several years and several units previous. You know what I mean?
Does that leave that? So let's say. So does that leave that equipment vulnerable to be stolen and more unaccounted for?
Yes, like that's exactly how equipment could be stolen in theory. Would be like if it fell off the books, like let's say 5 or 6 years ago, got forgotten under a desk somewhere. Joe Snuffy freaking like finds it and it's like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna walk out with this today. That would be exactly how it happens. And by the time anybody realizes it's gone, it's been off the books for so long, nobody even fucking realizes it's fucking missing. You know what I mean? That's exactly how shit falls off the back of the truck in the military.
Yep. How you doing, Anirudh Gambir? We're just talking about Camp Pendleton. I hope I said your name right. In other news, Vietnam veteran to be awarded Medal of Honor for heroic helicopter rescue after 55 years.
Awesome.
President Joe Biden the White House announced Friday that the president will award the Medal of Honor to Captain Larry Taylor for his heroic actions between August 1967 and August 1968. He was an AH-1 Cobra pilot. He is credited with the daring rescue of a small patrol of soldiers who were surrounded by an enemy in Vietnam. He made the rescue amid enemy fire, and despite the fact his helicopter wasn't designed to carry extra people.
Yeah, Cobras are smaller than Hueys. So yeah, like I actually got to fly in a Huey once in Afghanistan. They had this thing called it was like a shuttle service from like between FOBs. And like one of the and it was flown by civilian pilots. So like and one of them was a Huey. So I got to fly in a fucking Huey over Afghanistan fucking like one time on my first tour. That was really fucking neat. It's really fucking neat.
Yeah, this is going to be an upgrade.
Yes. What did he get before? DSC?
Silver Star.
Oh, Silver Star. Okay, so he got upgraded twice then.
Yeah, I think he's still alive.
That's good. That's good. That's fucking awesome, dude. Like that's, yeah. So the Silver Star is basically number 3 on the ladder after the Medal of Honor and the Distinguished Service Cross. So he got like super upgraded then if he's going all the way to the Medal of Honor. So that's fucking badass and like absolutely like congratulations, long overdue, fucking standing fucking job. Out fucking standing job.
Got it done, man. You got it done.
Absolutely.
Let's see, too heavy to fight, how the army is combating obesity. We've known this for years, what they're trying to do and it never works. I mean, it's just, oh man. But
I saw a news article this week that said like it's like 77% of American youth are like ineligible to serve in the military. It's like just completely ineligible because of like this, that, or the other. And it's like three quarters of our young population are already like ineligible to serve, like just based on like different varying, like it's a little scary, John. It's a little scary.
It is. Oh, I got the perfect thing to end this shit with. A time capsule.
Anna Ruth, you're doing fine, man. Your English is fine. Don't worry about it. You're doing fine.
You're doing great, man.
Time capsule of what now?
So West Point's time capsule actually contained some historical facts. The 194-year-old West Point time capsule was opened this week and believed to contain only silt, produced a handful of historical artifacts. But 6 coins and a commemorative medal were found in the hardest silt at the bottom of the 1 cubic foot lead box that was pried open earlier this week during a much anticipated event at the West Point Thayer Hall on Monday. The box didn't quite meet expectations, but it had the Liberty dollar coin from 1800, a 50-cent coin from 1828, a 25-cent coin from 1818, a 10-cent coin from 1827, a 5-cent coin from 1795,
nice,
1-cent coin from 1827, and an Erie Canal commemorative medal from 1826.
Cool. And Anna Ruth asked a question earlier about did we develop tinnitus after our deployments. I have been spared thus far the tinnitus bug. I do not have tinnitus. I have some other issues, but Joe, do you have tinnitus?
Yes.
Yes, I think Joe might actually have tinnitus. I got spared that so far.
Yeah, a feature in 6 Days of Fallujah. You could turn the tinnitus on or off.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anybody that would want to turn this shit on.
Yeah.
It's really annoying because I'll be sitting here and it'll just be dead ass quiet, and then all of a sudden just loud buzzing ringing in my fucking ears. And it's so bad, like if it lasts more than 2 seconds, I get a splitting fucking migraine.
Holy shit. I'm an Indian. I have been obese and have been trying to reduce since birth.
Keep working at it, bud. You can do it. We believe in you. I've seen a lot of people do really good things for themselves, like motivation, dedication, homie. You can do it. We believe in you.
Yeah, and actually, I have family members who are going through the same thing too, and are finding all I got bullied was for my weight, and I think this is the only reason why I am even trying. Well, you gotta turn a negative into a positive, my friend.
Hit the gym, dude. You'll be getting freaking swole in no time, and freaking everybody else is gonna be getting fat around you. You'll see.
Right. That's right. And guys,
you got this, homie. You can do it.
We are at the time of the final thought. Does anyone want to take it?
Joe, I think it might be your turn. You want to take it this week? You don't have to. You don't have to.
It can, unless you want to do it, Jay.
No, you go right.
You tend to be our motivational speaker around here, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can. If I can take it if you want me to. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, grab it this week. I'll take it next week.
All right. Well, guys, it's been another 168. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with us. Whether you're here live or if you're listening later on whatever your podcast preferences. As always, we want to encourage you guys to have a good week ahead. All right, reach out to people. If you're having a bad day, if shit's getting overwhelming, you've got friends, you've got family. Okay, reach out to someone. Okay, if if you're having trouble and difficulty getting a hold of people, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and nobody's fucking picking up the phone, okay, you've got options. All right. You can call 988 directly. You can text star 988. You can call 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. Okay. There are licensed behavioral health specialists waiting to take your call. They're volunteers. Okay. They will listen to you. They'll let you fucking mouth vomit and get all the bullshit out. Okay. They're there to help. They're there to assist. Okay. And they love you. Okay. We love you. All right. We need you guys back here in 7 days, 168 hours. Some people ask for 5 minutes. Some people ask for a day. We ask for 7. All right. We need it. We need you guys to go a little bit harder and a little bit stronger. We'll come back here live every week, as many weeks as we can. Okay. Cause that's what we fucking do. We're sticking it out. All right. Life fucking sucks shit sometimes. So you know what we do? We get fucking tough and tall, put our fucking dicks on hard and our pussies on wet. All right. And we fucking stomp through this shit. All right. That's what the fuck we do. All right. I want you guys to stay motivated and dedicated. Summer is kind of unofficially ending right now because it's Labor Day weekend. So when we open the summer with Memorial Day weekend, we kind of close it off with Labor Day, and we are kind of unofficially starting going into autumn and fall right now. So I need you guys with the changing of the seasons. All right. To not forget to change the guard. All right. You got to fucking stand tall. Do an extra fucking couple of fucking push-ups. Swim a couple of extra laps. Go for a fucking walk or a jog this week. All right. Keep your fucking shit straight. All right. Keep everything tight. All right. I want to see fucking everybody here back in formation in 168 hours. All right. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in about a week. We love you. We'll have some more fucking hijinks and some fucking fun. All right. We'll drink a couple of beers. All right. We're going to fucking always goddamn rock and roll. All right. So stay up, everybody out there. Joe, John, love you guys. Fucking hope you guys have a good week too.
And hey, guys, make sure you check
Later,
out.
everybody.
Yeah, make sure you check out everything. Keep writing to us, and we'll have a Discord link for you guys next week. You guys have a good night. We love you. Shit.
Good shit.
Wait.
Good shit.
It's still. What's going on? It's still going.